My name is Miko Matsumura. I'm the co-founder of the Evercoin Exchange as well as an ICO advisor. I've been in Silicon Valley about 25 years and I've been working on open source software startups with venture capital. Well, so I think one of the things that's happening is there's a little bit of panic selling. And I really feel like people who are panic selling right now, I mean, in a way they don't have the stomach for being in the space, right? Because I really feel like what's needed is investment and runway, and we need to build these teams and build the products that will create the crypto economy. So to me, I feel like this correction is very healthy. I think long term, I'm extremely bullish about blockchain and cryptocurrency. So I really think that we're going to see long term recovery, and even it's going to exceed where it has ever been. So we're going to continue to see all-time highs, right? The question about the time frame, I really don't know, but I'm very confident in the long term. I feel like we're talking about a fundamental technology transformation, and really something that will never be changed. Yeah, so the ICO space has changed tremendously. It's been an exponential growth. There's been more than $6 billion going in ICO. And what's happening now is what I call the flight to quality, which is only the best ICOs are really getting very much attention, especially from exchanges. So I really think that there's a flight towards the highest quality ICOs. I think low quality ICOs are seeing trouble now. I think, to me, a small ICO needs to create its own crypto economy. So what I mean by that is that if a small ICO can create a reason for end users to buy the token for revenue, then that project doesn't even need an exchange because the users are buying the token and the token is actually pumping the company. So I feel like that's the best chance for a small ICO, is really to create their own, to be able to sell their own token, they become their own exchange. I like protocol, but actually I have three major segments. My favorite segment is financial services. So whether it's trading or lending or even point of sale, all of those things are like financial services, right? So it's payments, all these kind of things. Love those things. Number two is I love gaming, right? And the reason why I love both financial services and gaming is because I can really see the users for that, right? Like a gamer is like, oh, I want cryptos, I like numbers, I like collecting, right? So gamers, I love it. Financial people, I love that too, right? So if I'm a stock trader or I'm a foreign exchange currency trader, like it's all just perfect, right? They just want to use crypto, right? The third thing I like is I like what I call sharing economy, right? So something like BeeToken with Airbnb, or like, you know, these types of things. I love like social networks. So that's my third thing, is sort of sharing economy and social networks. So those are my favorite spaces. It's very difficult actually. When you look at tokens like BeeToken or Referium, they're both really dependent on creating very large user communities that actually want to use the token. So for those cases, I think it does create some tension, right? Because it creates tension between the pre-sale investors and the crowd sale, right? Because really what you want is you want the crowd sale to be as many users as possible, right? But what happens when you do that is the allocations get very, very, very small, right? I think one of the beautiful ones for this was Civic. So Civic did a beautiful job spreading out the good cheer and making a very long tail. But I think the mood now is that because of the flight to quality and the best ICOs, it means that the best ICOs are so oversubscribed. Like nobody can get as much as they want, and very few people get anything at all. I think that there's multiple factors when it comes to a BeeToken. One of the things with Referium is Referium actually has a living referral system that drives traffic for them. So there are already users running on top of their live network collecting, at the moment they're collecting points, but the points in Referium are going to convert into tokens once the mainnet goes live, right? So to me, they already have product and they're running product, which is exciting. I think BeeToken also is very exciting because they're already showing the videos of their product with the kind of integration, you know, and so it's an integration with crypto payments, you know, so the whole thing is very real, and that I think drives people's excitement. Yeah, so I think right now there's a lot of problems with exchanges. I think one of the biggest problems with exchanges are so-called custodial exchanges. Custodial exchanges are the exchanges that hold your wallet, they hold your money, they hold your private key, they just hold everything, right? If you leave your money on a custodial exchange, right, it can be hacked or it can be stolen or the exchange can implode. You know, there's Mt. Gox, there's Cryptsy. These are all big problems. But I think with respect to ICOs, one of the biggest problems with it is listing, which is most ICOs, they don't get listed on any exchange. And I think a lot of people really are excited about decentralized exchange, but I'm not as excited about that. I think that a lot of major sort of platform tokens are starting to integrate their own exchange. So if you look at like Waves, or if you look at Stellar, each of them are going to incorporate exchanges. But I think one of the issues with those exchanges is that they tend to aggregate only their own class of tokens. So I think that that creates limited liquidity, you know, and obviously what you want is exchanges that have lots of liquidity. I'm very much runway sensitive. So what I mean by runway is I'm really interested in how much the burn rate is for the company, right? And to me, the amount raised has to be proportional to the runway, which is how much are they going to burn in order to tilt up their crypto economy. So to me, the biggest factor that I care about after the team, so the team is number one. All I care about is the team. But after the team, I have this concept that I call time to crypto economy, which is how many months until I get to see a functioning crypto economy. And if it's like 2019 or 2020, I'm just out. Like, I'm like, no, I can't, because who knows? That's far future, right? If the crypto economy is coming in like 3 months, 2 months, 1 month, it's already alive, then I get to be really happy, right? So to me, runway is everything. So the amount that should be raised, I think, should be proportional to the amount that the entity can put to work. I'm currently interested in the Stellar blockchain. I think Stellar is launching interesting ICOs. You know, I think there are more and more that should be getting more interesting. I know that Hashgraph is thinking about ICOs, so I think there will be more exotic blockchains. I know one called Kadena that's probably going to do ICOs. So I think more and more of these kind of high performance. Another one that is good to watch is EOS, right? So as EOS goes live with mainnet this summer, they're going to be launching like lots, and they've already created a large venture fund to promote a lot of like new tokens on top of EOS. Yeah, so as far as small cryptos that I really love, it's super easy to see, which is if you go to Miko.com, you can see all of my like advisory deals. I'll tell you like the big barn burners for me, like no question, like obviously BeeToken is going to be huge. Difficult to buy at the moment, they're super oversubscribed, and they're finished. Referium is about to finish, they're really going great, gangbusters. But another one that I really like is Blockchain Terminal. So Blockchain Terminal is going to put crypto into 80,000 hedge fund trader desktops day one, because they have an exclusive contract with the distributor. So it's an amazing company. I think another one that I really like is Lottery.com and then Celsius. So I mean, you know, these are all, I think, the ones that will just flat oversubscribe. And then I'm working on a whole bunch of other ones that you can see on Miko.com that I'm super excited about. Wow. So in terms of, to me, like, it's really hard to say with really small ones. You know, one of the ones that I did buy into that I like is Ethos. You know, I like the team. Shingo is awesome, and Steven, you know, the whole team there is amazing. And their concept is really a new way to take on a exchange like Coinbase, right? So if they're successful in deploying and taking on Coinbase, that one will be like pretty exciting, I think. I've largely stayed out of the energy sector. I have a bunch of no-fly zones like healthcare, energy, AR/VR. So, you know, I've mostly stayed out, and mostly real estate I've stayed out. The other one that I'm kind of shy about and I tend to stay out from is IoT. I tend to be a little scared about IoT things. I'm a bit of a skeptic. My problem with an IoT token like IOTA is I know of a car token. I know of several factory tokens. I know of a smart cities token. I know a smart homes token, right? Once all of these tokens go live, what's left? What's left? Like, you know, HVAC tokens, like every single one is going to be taken up by a token. And where's the horizontal token? Like, I don't get it. Oh, I think it's a very ambitious project, very imaginative. I'm not a big investor myself in kind of asset backing. So, you know, but to me, I think it's a very credible space. It's just not something that I personally like. It's one of my no-fly zones. One of the things I love about like blockchain economic forum conferences is, you know, they have like Mexican President Vicente Fox, who has the best YouTube videos, especially when he's like trolling Donald Trump, you know, but also that it talks to the topic of economics, right? And economics is super interesting, at least to nerds like me. Okay, I'll tell you a joke. My joke is, you know what happened to the guy that invented the knock-knock joke? He won the Nobel Prize.